since the Mardi Gras parade in early February, I had broken quite a few things on Schizo, and unfortunately the suspension, the chain split to do with the wings going in and out, to name a couple, and I've completely fixed the suspension and the door and the sunroof and just different things that have gone on. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to detail one thing in particular, which is what I had managed to accomplish trying to put limits on the split going in and out so it wouldn't break the chain drive. Alright, so let's go around and let's look at this, because I know some of you gearheads, in particular in the car scene that I have been a part of in years past, will want to see what you're seeing now. This is a rarity with my wings off, that you're going to get a raw view of the mechanics. So I'll try to make another video into the future that has to do with the flamethrower and its remote control, the bomb that goes off in the center, which, it's a lot of fun. I've seen many people shake their cameras, when they were recording me and that bomb went off. So let's talk about the chain drive. So this chain that I got my hand on is what actually makes the split go in and out. And what I have done is I have put limits on that to where it doesn't stress the chain too bad. Alright, so if we come around here and we talk about where the power comes from, it comes from all the way down here. I've got 4 groups 31 deep cycle marine batteries in this location, and I've got 4 back here. I've got cardboard actually over it now because I was welding and I really didn't want to get sparks down on the batteries. So anyways, the power, the red and the black wire actually go up to the ATV winch motor. So they get the power from all the way down here, and it winds all the way up my 6 stages and to this point, past the spin motor, because if you just had wires running straight, what would happen is they would just get tangled up as the bed was spinning around. So what I did in effect is I made 2 giant contact discs out of copper that you see right there. Cut it out with a scroll saw, and then I have 2 brushes. There they are, right there. Motor brushes, the same ones that are used on the hydraulic pumps, that maintain contact with those rings and supply power all the way to this point. They come through the frame and over here to solenoids, out the other side of the solenoids to the winch motor. There we go. Alright, so I put 2 limit switches on here to prevent them from overextending. Here's one. Here's the other. Alright, now if you're wondering what these red brackets are, those are actually what drives the wings as it goes in and out. They pivot off of these positions right here, and there's 4 of those. You can see another one right there, another one right there, and there's the 4th one. So there's 4 of these as well. And your framework for the split, it drives it in and out as you hit the rocker switch on my control box. Excuse me, the rocker switch is the one that's black there in between the red switches and the short naked switches. Alright, so here I've made some flags that are attached to a bracket that I have attached to the chain itself. And when this when it goes in and out to a certain extent to limits, it's going to hit these switches and it can't go any further. I guess electrically, part of how this works is, you got your main power that goes up through here, and it's not necessarily polarity sensitive. So you can reverse the polarity, positive, negative, negative, positive, depending on whether you want it to go in or out. So I have jumped off of these particular wires, and off of that jumper, you go to the limit switches, and out the other side of the limit switches, you come here to your solenoids, and it'll pick your solenoids. A contact disc will come up inside, and it'll supply main power with the amperage needed. Larger cables, obviously, then control circuit, and supply power on out to the winch motor to make the action happen. However, if one of these limit switches are tripped, then it will cut the circuit out, and you cannot get power any longer to this point right here, which is the control of that solenoid, and your circuit in one direction is dead. That said, it will still allow power to go back in the other direction. So let's say if it's opened and it reaches the limit, then you can close it. If it's closed and it reaches the limit, then you can open it. So let's watch this work. What I'm going to do is what's happened so far is it is in the position of fully closed. So I'm going to open it. Let's watch what happens. Alright, you see the circuit is closed out because it has hit its limit switch, and it won't go any further that way. However, I can reverse this circuit and I can hit it back the other way. Alright, there we go. It's hit the limit switch, can't go any further. Hit the limit switch, can't go any further. There we go. Alright, so my chain will no longer be stressed, and I am not going to have to worry about breaking that chain in the future, and I can spin and split my truck bed however I want, and everybody is gonna love it. Alright, well, let's go over and let's look at the pieces of the split that I've been working on. Here's like one piece. Now this goes towards the tailgate. Now my mom's been cutting grass over here, so it's like it's covered up. But you see that pole right there? That is what the this particular piece of the split pivots on. And then those red brackets that you saw that drive the split actually are attached to these rails. So that's what that is. They're attached to the rails at that point. And all of this was handmade. I've been quite a busy boy over the years. Alright, well, I just wanted to make something here before it got dark and show you guys my new circuit here with the split, and there's more to come. So